Well, in the news overnight, we've learned a man was shot by an LMPD officer after refusing to drop his gun. That happened around 9:15 last night at 4th Street and Central Avenue. That's about a half mile from Churchill Downs. Police say it started during a traffic stop. The man got out of his vehicle with a gun and took off. Officers followed him, and when he refused verbal commands to drop that gun, police say an officer shot him.
Once the subject was no longer a threat, officers rendered life-saving aid. Medics rushed the adult male to University of Louisville Hospital, where he is currently in stable condition. There is no additional threat to the public. Once again, we are fortunate that no other community members were hurt and none of the officers were injured during this incident.
The chief says body camera footage will be released within 10 business days. In the meantime, LMPD is asking anyone who may have additional video of that shooting or information to call the tip line 574 LMPD. This morning, a third man is behind bars, charged in connection to the Crystal Rogers murder case. A Nelson County grand jury has indicted Steve Lawson on 2 charges: conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with physical evidence. Lawson is believed to be the father of Joseph Lawson, who was the first person arrested in the case. WHAS11's Shay McAllister breaks down how police believe he's connected.
Pieces falling into place 8 years after the disappearance of Crystal Rogers, the mother of 5 from Bardstown, last seen alive 4th of July weekend 2015. Now, 3 men have been linked to her death, believed to have happened that very same weekend. Joseph Lawson was the first arrest. Brooks Houck was second. Now, Steve Lawson marks the third, a name not new to the investigation. In fact, it was first mentioned just months after Rogers was reported missing inside the Nelson County Sheriff's interrogation room.
Okay, who is Steve Lawson? He's somebody that works for me.
Main suspect at the time, Brooks Houck, explains why he had a late-night phone call with Steve on the night Crystal disappeared. Houck called Steve from inside the interrogation.
The other night you called me really late, and I forgot what you asked me. Can you...
Steve is heard telling Houck he called him with a question for Crystal. Houck says he had to call her to ask and would call him back. Detective John Snow questions that answer, saying it doesn't line up with Houck's initial story.
So that begs a question in my mind.
All right.
If she's in the truck next to you when he called, why would you need to call her?
News of the latest arrest in the case comes just days after the latest search. 2 properties in Cox's Creek, the focus of a 3-day effort. FBI and Kentucky State Police using heavy machinery to dig massive holes, the first near a wooded tree line, the second just across the street behind an abandoned trailer on Thompson Hill Road. Authorities would not confirm which case the search was connected to, only saying it was one of these 3 from Bardstown. Now, 3 men are connected, facing charges for a death that still has many unanswered questions. Shay McAllister, WHAS 11 News, on your side.
There are 3 upcoming court dates in this case. Steve Lawson is expected in court December 21st. Joseph Lawson's next court date is January 5th, and Brooks Houck is scheduled to be in court February 8th. Well, for JCPS parents, listen up. The district says it's not guaranteeing transportation for all students next school year. In a letter sent to parents yesterday, the district said it can only guarantee bus transportation for special education students and students attending their reside schools. This means students attending magnet schools or schools outside their zone could no longer be guaranteed transportation by the district. This is all pending a vote by the school board, which is set to happen early next year.